So we started with question 1. We provided our main title for our data set, the link to our data set, and the first 10 values plus the sample size of our 100 cities of rent. For question 2, we decided that this data set was a sample because the author did not provide information as well as it only provides us with 100 cities. The author did not provide us with the estimate for population standard deviation and just simply puts in the number of cities and the amount of money for rent in each city. Here we used question 3, we used StatCrunch for our 5-number summary, which we ended up with the output of n equals 100. Our minimum was 662, Q1 was 902.5. Our median was 973, Q3 was 1028, and our max was 1148. Here we also used StatCrunch and inputted our data set in there to get our summary stats to get the mean, variance, and standard deviation. So here we have our equations for all three. Our mean ended up being 960.96. Our variance was 8072.2408. And our standard deviation was 8.9846. For question 5, we got all these numbers from question 3 with the Q1 and Q3 subtracted from each other. The IQR ended up being 126. The z-score, we inputted the mean minus the max and minus the minimum. So the minimum z-score ended up being negative 3.33 with the minimum value of 622, and the maximum z-score was 202.08 from the maximum value of 1148. Here we found the usual intervals using the mean and standard deviation. So we inputted the mean subtracted by 2 times the standard deviation plus and minus. And from here, the usual intervals we got from that was 781.2686 and 1140.6514 in the value of money rent. Finding the usual intervals using the lower and upper fences, we got these from our Q1 and Q3 plus and minus 1.5 times the IQR. So we inputted the 902.5 minus 1.5 times 126, and we inputted our Q3 of 1028 plus 1.5 times the IQR of 126, and this input gave us that the usual intervals using the lower and upper fences are 713.5 and the upper fence of 1,217 in dollars in rent.